Right, James, we're looking at the two Channel 4 races at Haydock on Saturday. I think we better start with the best race of all, the Betfred Daffodil Vase new race, 50 grand handicap chase. What do you like?
Well, the obvious one is Salut, who could be anything. Mark of 132. In all honesty, he turned the competitive handicap into a row last time and could still be fairly treated off 132. I think you either take an opinion that he's a good thing or you look for something else. My concern actually is the ground, even though he's a French bred. It's totally different ground to what he raced at. I think it was at Donny last time.
I'm not. Having looked at it, he absolutely bolted up at Donny, and it was just quite clear that he was in a different league there. He would have won whether the ground was heavy or not. He has won at Auteuil in heavy ground, although what they call heavy in France can be good to soft. So we don't really know what the ground is like. But I mean, he's such a young horse, was so impressive. I think it's going to take something very good to beat him. Not sure there's anything in here that will.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose if we're looking to get him beat, he's going to face a lot of competition up front. Although that's just, who says he's going to be held up this time? He's a young horse. We don't really know enough about him to pigeonhole him as a front runner, do we? But we've got Mr. McGoldrick, Will Be Done. These horses like to bowl along up front, so I think it'll be run at a good clip and it will test him. But these 5-year-old French breds are often professional enough if they're from the David Pipe yard. So that wouldn't concern me. If I had to throw up an outsider against him, I'd probably go with Stormin Exit of Jim Goldie's, who has been punted on each of his 3 starts for Goldie. One on his first start for Goldie on soft ground, and has looked like he wants a soft surface in a trip in his last 2 starts. The yard traditionally come to hand about this time of the year, and he's going to be an each way price. So for me, Salut most likely winner. Stormin Exit each way. Yeah.
What do you think about Fistral Beauchene? Obviously, that was favourite for the Racing Post Chase for unseating very early. I do really think he's a thinker, and I think he only won at Kempton the time before because Heathcote was back in again. Just went too soon and stopped. And he needed a horse to stop in front of him. But he's going to be well supported. If he was back down to favourite for the Racing Post Chase, he's going to be short enough in the market here, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not for me either. He hasn't got a great win record, and I think it's for a reason. Like you say, I think he's a bit of a thinker, and he needs races to fall apart in front of him, which the race could fall apart in front of him. In all honesty, that's the positive. But I don't want to be getting involved with a horse with a win record like his.
No, fair enough. Right, so you're Stormin Exit each way. I think Salut will win. And Will Be Done will run a decent race from top weight, but it's probably counting too much. Right, now we're going back. The only other race on Channel 4 at Haydock on Saturday is the Opener, the 220. It's an 8-runner handicap hurdle, and it's not the highest class field in the world, is it?
No, punters shouldn't be fooled by the fact it's on telly. I mean, it's only a £6 race, this. Usually I think these races go to inform horses. The only one with a last time out win by its name is Zafranaga, who I think has got actually a lot of talent. It's fairly unexposed. The big problem with Zafranaga is it's very keen, and I've got reservations about it getting home on this ground in the conditions. So Open Delil's form figures are a little bit deceiving. He comes in on the back of a 7 and a 5, but they're over fences. Actually, he's looking for a hat-trick over hurdles, and both the victories came in similar conditions to this. Harry Haynes takes off a handy £3, so Open Delil's good enough for me. I think he's at the top end of the handicap, and he might have a little bit more class than these.
Well, I mean, I think the classiest horse in the race is New Mead, but it all depends on
agree.
All depends on how rapid the decline is and whether it's reversible, doesn't it?
What do you think last time about New Mead? I mean, in the first time, blinkers and eye shield.
Yeah, I mean, he just went off, didn't he? But, the ground wouldn't have been soft enough for him, and it was a far more competitive race than this. And he does love heavy ground, and he's a Great Wood Hurdle winner who's now £5 lower. But he's lower for a reason, isn't he? Because he's been absolutely rubbish for most of his, all of this year. And most of the time since winning the Great Wood, if he comes back, he will win because he's better than these at his best. He was a decent flat horse, but how can you have any confidence in him from what
I don't know. I mean, the headgear is interesting. They're persevering, which makes me think they're going to maybe blast him off again and then try and get a breather into him and then push again.
Yeah,
I mean,
could just set it up for others though, couldn't it?
It could do.
I did read somewhere that trainer George Baker said that the jockey on Tyson said he was still full of horse last time, and they thought he was coming back. I mean, to be honest, he should have been full of horse because he only fell halfway round. But it is a course winner with a big RPR for that win compared to its official rating now. So he's a 10-year-old and he doesn't hide much from the handicap, I don't suppose. But that would have half a chance as well.
Okay, so you're going to go with Tyson?
I'm going to have a couple of quid on Tyson because I think it would be a price, and I think it's a bad enough race that any of them can win.
Okay, I'm going to stick with Open Delil, but not with any degree of confidence.